I'm Carly Michaelis. I went to Bradley University and I was a marketing and Spanish double major. Yep, and my other major was having fun. I always had a lot of high expectations set on me based on saving and being pretty smart with my money. So naturally, being the teenager that I was, I rebelled. When I'd make money, I would spend it, So there's a stereotype on college students being broke. My thoughts are that that's a choice. So you can either be broke or you can find something to do about it, because let me tell you that life in college, life in general, is a lot more fun when you have money to spend. You have better experiences. You can go and do all the fun vacations, fun road trips with people, and you don't have to ever sacrifice anything fun because you can't afford it. Graduating college, I had 22,000 saved. My sales manager forced me to save, and it was something that I didn't understand at the time. I wanted to have it just to spend, but I was actually really thankful for that, because now I can focus on more important things rather than, oh my gosh, can I afford my rent? Can I afford groceries, for example? So I can focus on the fun things in life, the growing my business, for example, relationships. Step one, get a position where you're paid more for your value versus your time. That means that people are pretty amazing. When you empower people, they have a lot to offer to the world. Most of the time they're stifled by their opportunities. And in that case, they're not in a position to thrive and be the best version of themselves. Pick a position where you can be yourself, where you can grow and decide to be whoever you want to be. You're in complete control of your destiny. Step two of saving a lot of money as a college student is to save the majority of your income. Because if it's in your accessible account, you're going to spend it. You'll find a way to do it. And that's dangerous. You have to save more than you spend. That is the key to financial success and security. It forces you to grow and become financially stable and responsible. And you'll thank yourself later. And finally, you have to reduce your spending. So you have to find out what you need, what you don't need, and really think about the things that are going to benefit you in your future versus just in the moment. So think more long term. Don't buy into the myth. You don't have to be like a broke college student. In fact, you should be the top 1% of people that you go to college and they can spend money on those experiences, those fun things. When you make that choice, you just become a master of your craft at whatever you're doing. That saving, that money is just gonna come with it. You're gonna look back at it and really thank yourself.
So I always like to start with that video because it just kind of gives you an idea of what we offer young people. So I want to formally introduce myself. My name is Mike Abramowitz, and I am the district manager and the owner of the Tampa organization. So I'm going to be running your training today, and really excited to have you part of our team. So I want to welcome you to our organization and to our team. Believe it or not, I actually am just celebrating my 16-year anniversary with the company. So 16 years with the company. I've been doing this. It's been pretty awesome. Believe it or not, when I started working with the company, I actually had this big fro. I actually had cornrows 2 weeks before I started working here. I did. What did you say, Haley? Pixar didn't happen? Is that what you just said? Right? Ready? Oh, don't worry. I got pics. Ready? Check it out. Here we go. Bam. So this was me 2 weeks before I started my Cutco training, before I started working with this company as a student over at the University of South Florida. So go Bulls. So I was, here's the deal. I never had a sales job before. I never sold anything before. I pushed carts at Stop and Shop, and, it was just totally new for me. And I was up in New Jersey. I'm the youngest of 8. And I got a letter in the mail letting me know that there were some student work opportunities available. I was like, anything's better than pushing carts. And it said $15 starting pay, good resume experience. I was like, I'll check it out. Like, I don't know what it is, but I'll check it out. So I drove out to the headquarters, like a half hour from my house, and got all the information, went through an interview, spent about an hour in an interview. And in that hour, I learned everything about the opportunity. I saw everything that was available. I was like, this is incredible. I got the job, and, 16 years later, it's been pretty incredible. So I was a freshman, just finished my freshman year at USF, And then I paid my entire way through college with the student work program. I advanced as a student manager, and I went through an 8-month training program. And upon graduation with my bachelor's of science in industrial engineering and a minor in leadership studies from USF, I was able to pay my way through school. And then I had 7 different job offers post college graduation. So this was only supposed to be a college opportunity for me, but they offered me a position. They said, what do you think about teaching students to do what you did as a college kid? And in 2008, I got promoted to be a district manager. I've now trained over 4,000 students on how to do what I did as a college kid. And those 4,000 students have been able to accumulate over $14.5 million in Cutco sales. And many of them pay their way through school. Some of them work for 3 to 5 years. Some just work for a few weeks during a semester break. But the opportunity is pretty incredible. So I share this with you because if I can do this job, if this guy with the cornrows and the fro can become a district manager with the company and do really cool things, I know you're in a great place. So, and that's why we love we love this position. We love this time of year because we have a lot of people need us. I want to before I dig into training, I just want to make some introductions of some people. You don't necessarily have to write down all these people's names, but these are individuals that are going to be working behind the scenes and maybe even directly with you during your time working with us. First off, Mr. Andrew Evans is the guy I report to. Mr. Andrew Evans started with the company when he was 17 years old. He was going into his senior year of high school and never really had a professional type of job, of course, being so young. But here's what's incredible. Andrew started at 17 and then was able to pay his entire way through college at Florida State University. Not only did he pay his way through Florida State University, he was able to advance as a student manager and is a record holder as a student manager with our company. And he graduated not with 1, not 2, but 3 degrees from FSU. So he graduated 3 degrees from FSU while being the president of his fraternity and funded his whole education with Cutco through college. And here's what's most impressive about that. When he graduated from college, he was one of the most sought out college graduates from FSU a few years ago. He's now 25, and now he's not just a Cutco manager. If you Google him, you'll see Yahoo Finance rates his podcast, Ace Weekly, as one of the top 10 business podcasts to listen to in 2020. Yahoo Finance also rated him as one of the top 20 entrepreneurs to watch in North America. He has over 600 5-star ratings on his internationally known Ace Weekly podcast, and he happens to be our division manager with Vector and Cutco. So my role for Andrew is to help anybody who does a good job in our Tampa organization to get on his radar, is to get introduced to him because he makes all of the advancement opportunities with our company. And I know you're brand new and you're a brand new trainee and an SMRA social media recruiting assistant, but the opportunity above, if that's something that's appealing to you, he makes all of those decisions. And my job is, if you're interested in advancement, he would be the gatekeeper and the key holder to that. So he's incredible. Then we also have our game changer staff. And our game changer staff, you may have met some of these individuals. This winter break, we split our team into 8 different teams. So you will be recruiting and working for one of these 8 teams, whether it's the Dream Team, the Crusaders, the Ballers, the Balboas, the Mambas, the Untouchables, the Blue Summit Pack, or the Cutco Elite. So you'll be working for one of these organizations, one of these teams within our team. Each team has a manager. And each of these managers have worked very, very hard to earn this position. Starting with Anthony Marino. Anthony Marino started selling Cutco in July, and he sold enough Cutco to get into our Leadership Academy. He's a graduate of St. Joseph's University. He's up in New Jersey, and he is one of the top candidates to open up his own office next summer as a career manager. So he started selling in July. And less than 1 year later, he could position himself. He's positioning himself to be a career manager within our company. So what does that mean? That means Anthony will have a 6-figure income opportunity, the company car, which is a black on black BMW. We're all going to Australia for a 12-day trip in November next year. So he gets 3 trips a year, 6-figure income opportunity, the company BMW, and gets a chance to work as a career manager, which is leading and training and developing other people. So it's kind of cool to think about, if someone does a really good job, they have an opportunity to advance within our company, and he's taking advantage of that. We also have Lindsay Holstrom. She's a pre-med major over at University of Florida. So she's graduated Clearwater Central Catholic, cross-country runner, and she wants to be a medical examiner. She's working with us because if she decides that she wants to own her own practice or have her own team or her own staff, this is great resume builder for her, great experience, and it's a vehicle for her to fund her own education. Rochelle Folan, St. Petersburg College. She is in a similar track as Anthony Marino. She's done with school. School's not the path for her right now. And she's taking advantage of the career opportunity as well, just similar to Anthony. Mason Linker, he's a graduate of Steinbrenner High School, goes to Florida State University, and he's a junior over there. Mason has now accumulated over $650,000 in Cutco sales as a college kid. He's one of the top college students in all of North America. He's already run 2 branch offices with the company. It's really impressive. I'll talk about Rochelle a little bit more because she was in your position just about 6 months ago, 5-6 months ago. She was in your position as an SMRA. And then she's positioned herself to earn a career position with our company. Nick Hernandez, Riverview High School graduate. He is over at HCC. He's also positioning himself to earn a management position, over $20,000 in Cutco sales. Anthony Ramirez, Jesuit High School graduate, goes to FSU. He is running the Cutco Ballers. He's studying sports management. He wants to be an agent. So he's using our vehicle as an opportunity to get some great experience and skills. Audrey is pre-med over at USF. She went to Newsom High School, and she was in marching band along with basketball. And so she, again, similar to Lindsay, wants to have the skills. So if she decides to do any type of private practice, she has real practical leadership experience of how to run a business. And Jessica Shannon is a business management major over at USF. She went to Palm Harbor University High School. She is one of the youngest individuals on our staff. She started college at 17. So right now she's only 18 years old, and she's been responsible for about $500,000 in Cutco sales that she's been an assistant manager for. She's trained to run her own branch office next summer as one of the top candidates in our division, which is pretty exciting. So our staff has these individuals, and then each of them have some assistants: Deanna and Cassidy, Nick, Liz, Alani, Celestial, Victoria, Madison, Eric. These are all individuals, and we have our admin assistant, Hannah. They're all going to support you every single step of the way, so you have a great experience working with us. And the reason why it says future assistant managers question marks is because, like I mentioned, everyone starts in training like this, but not everyone stays new. You're not going to be new forever. So if you're excited about advancement or growing within the company or helping the team continue to grow and evolve, talk to your manager. Let them know that you're excited about something more than just a part-time job for the winter break, and maybe you could open up some doors for yourself. Speaking of open up doors for yourself, I see Jessica Shannon hopped on. Jessica is a perfect example of someone who opened up doors for herself. I just talked about her, and I see Audrey Cruz also hopped on. These young ladies, I just talked about them. They are on the Cutco through college path. I'll talk a little bit more about that after, but I know they're in a management meeting on another Zoom right now, but they wanted to hop on real fast. So let me give them a quick introduction. So Jess, I know you've been working with us since last year. You started last September working with us as a USF student. And now you ran the purple team this summer, and now you are running the dream team right now, this winter break. What would you say to any of the new SMRA hires about, what they could look forward to, why you're excited to have them part of the team? Anything that you could share with them?
Yeah, so I would say something to look forward to is just a lot of fun. We have a bunch of really fun young people that work with us. It's a great environment. And what better time to do it other than during winter break when you have some extra free time on your hands. You get to work with some really nice people, make a little bit more cash to save up for the semester. And you just get the chance to be exposed to a lot of the leadership opportunities and a lot that the company offers through our social media position, which in my opinion is one of the most important positions we have because it teaches you how to run a business through social media, which is pretty much how every business nowadays starts.
Awesome. Awesome. I appreciate that, Jess. And Audrey, what would you say? I know you started back in May of last year, and you've already run your own business with Cutco up in Ocala this past summer. And I know right now you're running the Cutco Crusaders team this winter break. What would you say about any of the new hirees, new SMRAs, about the opportunity and what's done for you and what they could look forward to?
Yeah, so obviously you guys are starting at a great time. Like Jess was saying, winter break is the time to learn a lot, make a lot of money, have a lot of fun. But as you're getting started here, guys, I would say just dive right in, go for it. You're going to want to work really hard these next couple days. Mike, he's going to talk about a bonus structure here in a little bit. So you definitely want to work hard and take advantage of that structure to set yourself up to help a lot of people out over the break, but also make a lot of money. So those are some tips I could give, and I'm excited to get the chance to work with you guys.
So what do you kids say? No cap is, do you guys still say that? No cap. So obviously I'm kidding, but I'll tell you that the bonus structure that I'm going to tell you about today is absolutely incredible. So I'm glad Audrey alluded to it, because it is really, really inspiring for a lot of our new hires for them to work hard when they're brand new. So I'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later on. It's a really great bonus structure. So Jess, thank you. And Audrey, thank you. Let's give them some snaps for Audrey and Jess, snaps for Audrey and Jess. Yay. So thanks for hopping on. I know you're in a leadership meeting with Andrew, so I'll let you go to it. So I want to welcome all of you again to our team. Just to give you a little backstory of our team, so you know what you're getting, who we are and what we're about. So we are the Game Changers. I would write down the triple growth experience. If you're taking any notes, I would write that down, the triple growth experience, because our mantra is to help our people grow personally, professionally, and financially. Personally, professionally, and financially. We want them to grow personally, professionally, so they can grow financially. And when they do that, they can make a powerful, positive impact in their local community. So that's our mantra. That's our mission statement. And that's what you represent. Our team is a great group of people. This was us after social distancing this summer, where we went to the beach for the first time and just got a chance to do a little potluck picnic. And what's kind of fun is last year in 2019, we were the #1 sales team in the entire country. So last year, 2019, we were #1 in 2 different categories. This category is total overall sales, and this one is district team sales. That's our Tampa office plus our smaller branch offices, the student managers who run an office for summertime, like Audrey did this past summer in Ocala. We also had 5 out of the top 100 students in the entire country last fall. So last year, we started building a lot of momentum in 2019. Well, in 2020, we have some really exciting goals that we're working towards. So this finishes up. We want to finish off not 1, not 2, but 3 national titles, 3 silver cups. We are deploying 4. We want to go from, we had 4 offices this past summer to 10 offices this next summer in 2021. We want to have 16 managers in our office this summer, and we want to add 10 new people to the Leadership Academy, setting ourselves up for the first ever $3 million district team. So how are we pacing? How are we doing with our sales? Well, we have 3 weeks to go. Right now, we wanted to hit 1.4 million. We're at 1.2 million. So we're going to solidify that one. We're going to take the #1 spot there. This one here, our goal was to be at 2 million. Right now, we're at 1.8 million. We're also going to solidify that #1 spot too. But that's, we'll see if we could hit that with 3 weeks to go. And then we have this is to hit 2.5 million. We're at 2.3. But again, we're going to solidify #1 here. So we're going to be #1 in 3 categories. We're going to work hard to try to hit our goals that we set for our team, because our goal wasn't to be #1. Our goals were to hit these numbers. We also are trying to win a scholarship. The #1 school gets a $1,000 scholarship. So right now, USF and St. Leo are in the hunt. So we're trying to help those schools as well. And then right now we have 3 of the top 100 students in our organization as well. So our goals for the winter break are really important. Our winter break goals is we want to provide 100 student jobs to sales representatives this winter break. We also want to provide 20 SMRA jobs, which is you, during this winter break, to help us do some social media marketing, to help us set 1,000 people for interviews. A PR is a personal recruit. So we want to get 1,000 people set for interviews so we could select the 100 that we're excited about working with. And from those 100, we have a trip, an all-inclusive trip for 3 days in February that we want to help people win. What if I told you that you might have an opportunity to win that trip? Would you be pretty fired up to win an all-inclusive trip in February for 3 days and just hang out for a little bit? That'd be pretty cool. Don't get too excited on me right now, but we'll more information to go. I'm telling you, when I tell you about the bonuses, make sure the only person that's going to be safe when I tell you about the bonuses is Cassidy. And Cassidy's excused to be in a car. I know there was miscommunication there. We normally wouldn't allow it, but for this situation, it's no big deal. But because she has her seatbelt on, she's going to be safe, because the three of you girls, you might fall out of your chair when I tell you about the bonus structure and I tell you about all the things that are up for grabs. So you might want to strap in. So it's going to be pretty epic. So excited to tell you about that. And we want to do $200,000 in business, so that way we could position ourselves to hit these 3 goals that we have. So that's why we need you. So your job is so important. Why? Because your job is to help us advertise, to set these people up for interviews, to help us get the people that we want to have set up to launch and start working with us. And you can also win the trip, so you can help us hit the goals of bringing people to this tropical destination with us. And all these people that still go out and start selling help us towards our goals. So your job is so important and so tied into these goals. So what I want to do is we're going to transition. So this is kind of my opening comments to set up Mr. Jeff Gamboa, who's going to start your training.